it doesn't matter what you say. It's amazing, this system of you can put your order in. It tells you what day it's coming, where it is, what time it's coming, the tracker, it's 5 stops away, it's 4 stops away, 3 stops away, and I was sitting behind the door waiting for the man to come along, and here it is. Here it is. Woohoo! Let me show you what it is now. And here it is. The PLC 200U. Wow. Look at this beauty that's just arrived. Look at that packaging. Since 1964. Wow. Look. Yeah. Look how the packaging goes. And on the back, you see. So why have I... Reggie, I know you're saying, Reggie, you dum-dum, why on earth have you bought a pair of pliers, slip joint pliers, when you've got, you know, loads of them? Why have you gone and bought a brand new pair of slip joint pliers? Well, hold on, let's open the packet. Well, for the first reason is my budget has now opened up again. I'm now allowed to do it. They're lovely, you know, lovely in the hand. Yeah, but anyway, as you know, I am a great big Scoutcrafter fan. And I think, where are we going to put that here? I think it should be mandatory. We should all be advised, as you take a daily pill, a daily dose, we should all have a weekly video from Scoutcrafter. He's so knowledgeable, so interesting, you know. He should have his own weekly program on the main television in the all sorts of topics. So rather than me waffle on and tell you all about this and why I've bought it, I'm going to hand you over to Scoutcrafter. I'm going to put his video on. I hope he doesn't sue me. Hope he doesn't tell me off. And he'll be able to explain a lot more in detail of why I bought this and why, if you're a tool person, tool addict, tool nutcase of any sort, you might consider finding them. Yeah. Anyway, they've arrived. They're here. There is another pair on its way, but they're about a week behind. This, well, when I put my order in, there wasn't one available. And then it came, there was one available. And this is the one pair that was available that I nabbed. So I guess they've got to go on order or make some more, yeah. But anyway, yeah. Let me hand you now over to Scoutcrafter, and he'll tell us all about the third hole in the, obviously, slip joint, and why these are that shape. Yeah. So I'm going to hand you over now to Scoutcrafter.
A little bit of a disclaimer. I have really interesting things that I picked up. So if you're one of those people like me that tends to buy a lot of things you see when somebody demonstrates, you might want to turn off, because I don't want to be responsible for you spending money. But check this out. Okay, next up, you know, my good friend Mike the fireman. You know, Mike knows a lot about tools, and you know, he has some of the greatest stuff. He sells at the Long Island Tool Meet every other month, and Mike sends me, we go back and forth on things we see on eBay that are just crazy expensive, and we laugh about it. But Mike says, look, I saw these pliers, and they, you know, he says, I saw a video on them. They look really good. So what do? I'm a pliers? You talking to me, pliers? What do? I got to go find these. And I went to about 7 reviews on YouTube, and I had to go buy them. Let me show you what I picked up. And this is them. Now, you know, I'm a big fan, and have been before they became popular, of the slip joint pliers. They've recently become more popular once again because they reintroduced the 3-hole design, which is an old design, but they reintroduced it snap-on and then the knockoff from Doyle. And everybody's been picking them up, saying how they love them and stuff. But this pair here, okay, this is a company called Tsunoda, and they're in Japan. And this company here, you can see here, it's written mostly in Japanese. And these pliers here are tremendously popular. They've been making rounds. In fact, most people that have the snap-on and the Doyle knockoffs prefer these. This company's been around since 1964. Let me show you what it is, okay? It is a pair of slip joint pliers. Look at the fit and finish on this thing. First of all, Japan tools are a step above everybody else, all right? Japanese tools have to be amongst the best in the world at this time. And this is no different from the rest of the quality tools that they produce. And you can see here, it's got kind of an I-beam design here on the handle. It has the knurling on it. I do like handles, bare handles. You know, I'm not one of those people that need a vinyl. I grew up with these, so I'm fine with them. And as you can see, you know, it has the 3 position, the middle, and the wide. So you can get different sizes in there. Again, the fit and finish, the milling on here is really beautiful. And it has an unusual jaw design. I want to talk about that so you don't have to see all the reviews I did and why this is such a great design. Now, pliers is not the correct tool to use on a nut. However, there are times when you have to grip something. And we all know when you want to grip something like a nut, there are 2 flat sides on a nut, right? And when you want to grip it, you want something to grip as much and hold as much purchase on each side of those flats as you can to turn it. You wouldn't want to grip it on just the corners, you know, you want to grip on the flats. So if you have, let's say like this lineman's pliers, and these are Bell system, and you see what happens here, right? When you grip like that, you're only getting the 2 bottom corners, you see? It's flat over here, it's flat over here, but when you try it like this, you'll never be able to. So this is useless on a nut. So let's say, okay, let's go to a different style. This one here has the flat, you know, the regular style jaws. If I try and open it up like this, you can see what happens. Once again, I'm only gripping on the bottom corners. It's flat there on the right, flat there on the left, but it's so you say, okay, we'll open it up, we'll widen it open. We'll widen it open, that's as wide as it goes. Let's try it again. And once again, we're closer, but flat there, it's still not flat on both sides. Can you see that? I still have some gaps. Well, that's where this jaw design comes in. See, it's curved on each side away. So now here, I'm at the lowest opening. If I try and go here, you can see here it's flat. I got a gap on each side, just like the other ones. But watch what happens when I open it up. Okay, I'm at the second hole here. Now, if I move this up or down a little bit, I can get, there we go. Can you see that? I can get a flat right there. I'm pretty much flat on both sides, you see? So just by moving it up and down a little bit, I can adjust it that I get a good purchase and turning. And, okay, now if you notice these pliers, this is a bigger nut. These pliers are much bigger than the Tsunoda, right? They're quite a bit larger. Now I'm going to go to the widest opening here because we got the bigger nut. I'm going to put it on here and watch what happens. The same thing. We can't get a flat purchase on each side, you see? We're rocking back and forth. We're just gripping the bottom corners. Can you see that? Now, we're going to go to the Tsunoda and we're going to open that up to the wide one and watch what happens. We get a flat purchase on each side. You see that? It's totally flat. It's not, I mean, it gives you a really good grip on there. You're not, so let me tell you a couple of things. Now, if you ever look at the snap-on or even the copy, the Doyle, you'll notice that there are 3 holes. One hole is up higher than the other. So when you put it in the middle hole like this, the jaws don't line up like they do with this one. So that's a little bit of a difference, and a lot of people prefer this to it. You can see how easy it slips into the jaw, the different holes, you know, how quickly. is, again, the fit and finish. And look at that beautiful rivet there. You see that? Look how nice that is. But what machining on here. And the best part is the price. $17? $17, you know. Usually at the other ones are much, much more expensive. Maybe double. What do you think? Really nice, right? Well, when I saw this and I ordered it, and then I was watching some other reviews and I found another pair that I said, wow, I gotta have that. So check out what else I bought.
We'll have to wait for them.
Pair.
Yeah, we're still waiting for that pair.
But